croutons, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Winter is upon us. Is your home prepared? If your furnace isn't keeping up or you've thought about replacing it, John Henry's has a new year, new unit special. When you purchase a select heating and cooling system from John Henry's, we will give you the furnace for free. There are also equipment and LES rebates up to an additional $850. This offer expires February 28th, so don't miss out. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better-than-internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
This is Nick Wyman with your sports news update. The number 9 ranked Nebraska softball team opens its 2026 season at Roadrunner Field in San Antonio, Texas at the UTSA Invitational this weekend. The Huskers will play 5 games over the course of 3 days, including 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and 1 more on Sunday. On Friday, February 6th, Nebraska softball plays Washington at 1 p.m. and number 1 ranked Texas at 6 p.m. Both games can be seen on ESPN+. After months of speculation, the Milwaukee Bucks will not be trading Giannis Antetokounmpo at the trade deadline. Along with this, the Memphis Grizzlies are holding on to Ja Morant, with the NBA trade deadline having passed at 2 p.m. Central today. Other news surrounding the NBA trade deadline, the Los Angeles Lakers acquired Luke Kennard from the Atlanta Hawks for Gabe Vincent in a 2032 second-round pick. The San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams will play the first NFL regular season game in Melbourne, Australia during the 2026 season. The game will be played at the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground and will be the first NFL game to be played in Australia, coming as part of the league's multi-year commitment to play regular season games in the country. The game will be one of 9 international games played during the 2026 season. The NFL will also play games in cities like Paris, Madrid, Mexico City, and London. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You've got used to one segment of good takes in the morning. But now there's a full show of good takes at 9. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome in to Raff's Good Take, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I am Harrison Arns. That is Chris Raff streaming in. Welcome in to all the Ticket listeners, 402-464-5685. You guys are more than welcome to join in on the conversation. Shout out to Go Big Red at Captain. Already in the show, just like that.
He's already ready for the countdown.
He is. He was excited. He texted on the last show, I think, talking about the countdown. So anticipating it, we are going to continue the Super Bowl countdown. But Chris Raff, before we dive into all that, how's it going on just a gorgeous February 5th? I'm in shorts and a long sleeve t-shirt. That's all I wore today on my way to work. It was 67 degrees when I got to the station today. I'm loving it. I think on Monday it's going to be in the 70s. This is fantastic.
Well, that's what happens when you live down south. The weather's always nice. Wait a second. It was only like 37 degrees here today. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. We've been blessed. Because again, it's February 5th. This is usually notoriously like the worst possible months to be in the Midwest because February is just cold and dry and you're getting blizzards. This has been great. Like I said, it's going to last into next week. So enjoy the cold while I might, try to get a little bit of color because I know tomorrow, old school, they're going to be remote golfing because it's just that good outside. So
I think Monday they were saying like it's supposed to be like maybe 70s in Lincoln.
Yeah, Monday.
Wow. I think it's supposed to get 54 here tomorrow. So it'll warm up a little bit, but it's been rainy and just kind of overcast and chilly. So these Alabama folk, let me tell you, when it's in the 30s, you'd think it was like negative 15 degrees around here. So yeah, I'm excited for it to warm up a little bit down here again. I don't think I've had a cigar in like 2 weeks. Oh,
you just come back to Lincoln. Enjoy the weather. Get a cigar. Come down this weekend, Raff.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I'll probably have to hang out here this weekend, being that we got a big Super Bowl on Sunday that we have to watch. But it's so wild. The people I've spoke to down here, there's really no like investment. Any like people are just like, well, I guess I'll root for Seattle. I guess I'll root for New England. But there's really no like, I don't think there's really an overwhelming like, what do you say? The masses, like last year, I think the masses were like, a lot of people did not want the Chiefs to win. I'm sorry, Chiefs fans, but it was like a lot of people did not want to see that. So you felt like kind of an overwhelming feeling that a lot of people were rooting for the Eagles just because it was to beat the Chiefs. But this year you don't feel that. You're like if it would be like Tom Brady playing for New England, there might be a chance people like, well, yeah, we don't want to see Tom Brady win another Super Bowl. So we're going to all root for Seattle, but you just don't feel that. And I guess Tom Brady, he don't have a dog in the race through it. He said in his little quote about not having nobody to root for, which I guess if you're a diehard New England fan, all the years you rooted for Tom Brady, you think that he still would have a little bit of love in his heart to root for the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. But he also knows that his future coach for the Raiders is going to be Kubiak with Seattle. So he probably doesn't want to say anything to, put him in the soup, so to say. So I guess he's just going to play it right down the middle like he was calling the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more impartial. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. He's like, I just liked winning. It didn't matter what helmet I was in. So, but he's definitely got that long tenure there. But then he had that Buccaneers Super Bowl. I think he's probably just playing the fence on that one. To your point, like, let me just not make any conversations about this.
They're announcing the 2025 Hall of Fame class right now. It looks like Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, I think Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri.
Oh,
made the Hall of Fame. Who do we got? Who else do we got here? So we got Fitzgerald, Kuechly, Vinatieri. Next up on the list, we're getting live reporting here as it's coming out. It is the man, the myth. I'm getting goosebumps right now. Roger Craig. It's official. Roger Craig is a Pro Football Hall of Famer. Wow. I've Seriously, my hair is standing up on my arms right now. This is crazy.
You're gonna have to be heading to a ceremony now, Raff.
I'm going to Canton, Ohio. It has happened. Wow. Oh, my buddy Brad has just got to be ecstatic right now. Nebraska fans. Roger Craig is a Hall of Famer. The next announcement, Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. Now the question is, does Eli Manning get in? Does Eli Manning get in? I don't think that's it.
Drew Brees gets in. Roger Craig gets in. Fitzgerald. You said Fitzgerald?
Larry Fitzgerald.
Yep.
Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig, and Drew Brees. That is your Hall of Fame class. I'm surprised. I thought Eli Manning would get in this year. I'm surprised, but man, I'm so happy for Roger Craig. I mean, he's deserved to be in. To be honest with you, I thought he'd be somewhere close to maybe even a first ballot Hall of Famer just with the career he had. The Super Bowls, the first 1,000, the way, Bill Walsh said that he changed the position of running back, and now he is a Hall of Famer. He is a Hall of Famer. I will be going to Canton, Ohio, August 8th to see Roger Craig enshrined in Canton. And yep, Roger Craig is getting a lot of love on stage right now from Steve Young. And let me see. Oh yeah. Steve Outwater. Looks like Steve Outwater is in attendance tonight. So yeah, that's awesome. Boom. You heard it here.
Well deserved. I know you've been talking about it a lot, highlighting the opportunity. More than deserving. He did 11 years in the NFL, racked up a total of 8,189 yards, and really given, the last couple, he wasn't using the same capacity, so that dropped the numbers, but still only 2,000 yards short of getting 2,056 total touchdowns in his career. Just really incredible stuff from him.
People forget that he played fullback like the first 4 years of his career. Yeah. So it's incredible with what he did in the league. Gosh, I'm just so excited.
85, I do got to point out, playing fullback, he racked up 1,050 yards.
Yep.
At the fullback position. And
1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah, 1,000. He is just incredible. When you go through all of his stats and you see the consistency of it, I'd have to really comb through it. And some of these they don't have like all the perfect ones, like the yak yards and everything after that. But I'd be curious to see what he'd look like even in the advanced analytics today, because he was just kind of one of those players, like kind of an early day modern player. Like he had a little bit of everything in his game to where he could be that receiving back for you.
Yeah, he was special. And Bill Walsh, that was always the thing that I always was upset about him not getting in the Hall of Fame, was when you have Bill Walsh, the quote unquote, the genius, saying that this is the running back that changed the game of football, and you tag him with that and not getting, I feel like he just never got that respect for, over 20 years to where he should have been in, into the Hall of Fame. So now it's like, with that happening now, I turn all my interest and all my vision now into, working on Chuck Foreman, because I think Chuck Foreman's another one of those backs that he was kind of that modern day back playing in the 1970s, where he was catching the ball out of the backfield. He was, he was a your prototypical 3-down back. So I think now that's where all my vision will turn to now. Of course, I'll still fight for my Broncos. I still think that Louis Wright and Carl Mecklenburg for the Broncos should be in the Hall of Fame at some point also. But it's just like we talked about last week, the NFL has got to find a way to change their voting. I don't think that you should be pitting players against each other. I think it should just be a yes/no vote. If it ends up being 10 people presented into the Hall of Fame, so be it. If you make it a 2-day festival, Saturday and Sunday, so be it. It's the NFL. People are going to attend. Like even this year, you have 5 people into the Hall of Fame. What, 1, 2? Yeah, you had 5 people in the Hall of Fame this year. You're telling me you couldn't have done 10 people or 7 people or 8 people? So there's got to be something changed. You've got to get some of these some of these senior members that they deserve to be Hall of Famers. They are Hall of Famers. You put their statistics up against Hall of Famers and they match up. Like Louis Wright, for instance, you probably never heard of him, but he was all decade for the Broncos at cornerback. He was one of the very first, put him on one side of the field and he'll take care of it type cornerbacks. Carl Mecklenburg, all the all pros he had, all the Pro Bowls he had, he's a Hall of Famer. Chuck Foreman, same thing. And Eli Manning. I mean, I'm confused because I thought Eli Manning would probably be a first ballot, and to be that he didn't get in this year. And I remember last year they were saying, "Oh, he'll get in next year." So the Hall of Fame, they've got to do some adjustments somehow, some way. And I think you go to like a yes/no system, and I'm not even sure with even the voters. I mean, I think the voters have got to be looked at too, and to see is their knowledge, up to par to where it should be. Just because you're a great sports writer right now, does that qualify you as a voter for the Hall of Fame, or do you want to find someone like I think personally? Your Hall of Fame votes should go to the sports information directors at all 32 teams, the ones that have been around. Like, I just think you need that history, especially for those senior classes, because you got people voting, like, say for Chuck Foreman, for instance, that they never saw him play. So how do you know his true greatness? You can go back and watch the tapes, or a lot of people do is they just open up the stats and they're like, oh, well, he never had, 1,800 yards rushing in a season. But you're not looking at those games, those playoff games, playing in the snow in Minnesota when, it was tough to pass in, tough to run in. And it was, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And it sucks that that happens to those players that are being left out because they don't have these gaudy stats that these future guys are having, just because they're playing kind of touch football in a way.
Yeah, I think your system works. And yeah, shout out to William on Facebook. We're talking about it right now. Roger Craig is officially in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, along there with a great group. But to your point, Manning left off, which is surprising. But as far as how they should vote for it, man, with the debacle that this year it turned into, and then the debacle that some of these previous years, and again, we're still talking about Chuck Foreman. You almost need to do a clean wipe on the voters, and maybe some of them get their vote back. But we got to figure out a better system here. And the yes/no works. Like, I don't understand why you can't have some years where you got a ton of Hall of Famers, and then you're going to run into some years where you get a lot of no's, and it's like, oh, we only got like one guy this year. That's fine. Not every year is going to be totally balanced, and then to your point, you end up having these players kind of competing against each other when some eras are just better, or some years and classes are just better than others. So, I don't know if they'll ever really change it, but right now they did all right getting Roger Craig. I'll give them that. But
they finally did.
Now.
So look at this. So you got, here are the players that were finalists that were left off. So you got Willie Anderson. He was an offensive tackle for the Saints. Jari Evans, another offensive guard. Larry Fitzgerald made it. Frank Gore, not a Hall of Famer. Torrey Holt, not a Hall of Famer. Eli Manning, Terrell Suggs, Reggie Wayne, Stately Wayne Manor, Kevin Williams, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, and Marshall Yanda. So in that bunch, I saw probably 3 or 4 that got left off that I thought would be Hall of Famers, because I think Darren Woodson's way past his due with what he did with the Cowboys in the 90s. Jason Witten, he ranks up there as one of the top tight ends in history with receptions and yards, what he did with the Cowboys. Reggie Wayne, Eli Manning, Torrey Holt, and then Frank Gore. I believe he is the number 2 or number 3 all-time leading rusher. So how's Gore been left off for so long? And I think he gets punished for the longevity. Like, he had a lot of yards, but he played a lot of years. But I think you should be given credit that you're able to play, for all those years playing at a position to where usually when you turn 29, they're starting to escort you out of the league. So yeah, and then you have that bunch there that's left off, and then you're going to add another bunch next year. And I'm curious now to also, if Phillip Rivers doesn't come back, I don't think Phillip Rivers would have made the Hall of Fame this year.
No. Not with the class that you just read off there and some of the names that they left off. I mean, they left Manning off. They're not going to let Rivers go get one.
You'd have to put Eli Manning in before Phillip Rivers. And a lot of people thought that Phillip Rivers would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So yeah, it's the Hall of Fame. They're opening up. They're opening up some can of worms there, where you're starting to get a backlog of players that should probably be Hall of Famers.
Yeah, they just need to open it up. I like your idea. Yes or no, make it easy.
Yep.
And if you got enough yeses, you're in. Boom, problem solved. And then, like I think you need to figure out the voters. Maybe do a clean swipe and figure that out.
They're so worried about time constraints. Like only 5 members. It's like, come on, it's the NFL. You could do Saturday and Sunday Hall of Fame ceremony, and I guarantee you fans would be at both of them because it's the NFL. It's you're looking for, come August, you're ready for NFL football. You're ready for anything NFL. If they did a 2-day ceremony, if they did maybe 5 guys from the senior class or 7 guys from the senior class, 7 guys from the current class, I guarantee you people would show up for both days. They'd be handing their money. And you'd probably get more fans there, because when you have more fans there, that means you're representing more teams. So more teams fans show up. So like this year, for instance, so Cardinals fans, we'll see what happens with Larry Fitzgerald.
I think there'll probably be quite a few, just because the Cardinals have had nothing, and Fitzgerald meant a lot to the Cardinals. I bet you the Cardinals will actually be surprisingly in attendance.
Yeah. But if you say you put Eli Manning in that class, well, then you get the whole New York contingent to roll out there. You'll have a lot for Drew Brees being close. I'm kind of close to Purdue, kind of, in that vicinity. But
you also get all the college connections, though. I mean, like for your case, Raff, with Roger Craig, you're going there, because the NFL, but also Husker. Like you mix all that in there.
He played for Nebraska.
Craig?
I'm joking.
I was like, you scared me. I was like, am I losing my mind?
I'm joking with you.
Stream there. There's a moment where I just kind of blank stared at Raff, like, is he joking or what's going on here? But yeah, you get all those connections too, which is phenomenal. And to your point, people will just get another night at the hotel, and the city will open their loving arms to the NFL and say, please, we'll even give you a discount on the venue you want to host it at. Please come here. This would be great for our economy. I don't know why they don't do that, because we are starting to get to a serious backlog when you really go through all the names, to your point.
So the listeners that are listening right now, your favorite team, text in, post, what's one player from your favorite team that you think should be in the Hall of Fame? I guarantee you that every listener out there has a player that probably from their team that should be in the Hall of Fame. And that's the backlog that you look at. And the Broncos are my team. I don't even fight for Rod Smith. And Rod Smith should probably be a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's 2-time Super Bowl winner, put up a lot of yards. I believe he is the all-time leader in free agency signing and receptions and yards. It's stuff like that, and they don't even get a hint of the Hall of Fame. And in my book, that's a Hall of Famer. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. I had to look it up because I wasn't quite sure. But for my Chicago Bears, as soon as you said that, I was like, I don't think Devin Hester's in there. He's not.
He's not. He got in already.
Not in there.
See that? I thought he got in. Yeah, he got in, I think, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, then AI's wrong. You can't trust AI quite yet.
Yep. No, he's in. I know he's in. I remember that. If he's not, that's on me. But
he's in. Okay. Phew. Okay. So Devin Hester is the least in there. But
look back over your Bears history. I guarantee you there's someone that should be in the Hall of Fame from the Bears that the 85 offensive line. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting his name. Help me here. But they had a I believe it was a tackle that was all pro. It's like, why is he not in the Hall of Fame yet? So but And I would bet for everybody that's listening, I bet they have a player from their favorite team that probably should be in the Hall of Fame.
You thinking Keith Van Horn?
Yeah, he'd be. Yeah, Keith, I think it was Keith Van Horn. I keep on thinking Kuchenberg, but I think that's the Dolphins. But ask like DP, for instance. DP they have Joe Jacoby. This guy was all decade great tackle and not even in the Hall of Fame, and he blocked for John Riggin. It's crazy that some of these players these are players that have been on the ballot for, they're in the senior group now. They didn't even get a chance when they were current. So it's wild. And then you have the two that were left off tonight, LC Greenwood and Ken Anderson. It's like they probably should have been in the Hall of Fame about 20 years ago. And now they're going to have to wait another year. Then you're going to have the backlog of Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. So that's going to keep, the Mike Shanahan's out, who Mike Shanahan should have probably been in 5 to 10 years ago. So it's wild. Hall of Fame's got it. They've got to fix something. I think they go with the bigger ticket and they don't put limits on how many they have and just say yes or no. If they're in, yes, no, but don't say, well, if this guy gets 40 votes and this guy gets 35, well, he's not in, because don't take votes. You shouldn't be able to steal votes away from each other is what I'm saying. So
yeah, 100% agree. Again, you kind of pit the guys against each other, and some years it makes sense. Some years it doesn't really make sense at all, that you feel like they should all be in there. This one from Don, and then we'll go to break. With Roger Craig now in, could we maybe see Rathman getting in?
Unfortunately, no, you won't. He was a great fullback for his time, but just the NFL is so hooked on statistics and stuff like that. And if the fullback was still, integral part of NFL today, which there's very few teams that really run a true fullback. So I don't think he'll probably ever garner that Hall of Fame consideration. I know he did when he first retired. He wasn't, on the current ballot. So I know he's in the 49ers Ring of Fame, and that'll probably be as far as he goes. And that's just taking out the Nebraska partialness to what that is. But you probably won't see Tom Rathman in the Hall of Fame.
Well, hopefully we do, but I think I do agree with you. Probably not, but I'd love to be wrong on that. With that being said, we do got to go to break. But shout out, it's official. Roger Craig officially into the Pro Football Hall of Fame for the 2026. Excellent news for all the Husker fans and obviously all the NFL teams he was a part of as well. So with that being said, Raff, what do you got next? What do we got for segment number 2? I already know, but let's inform the listeners.
Countdown time.
And I know Go Big Red Captain, he's been waiting for it. So don't go anywhere. We'll continue that up next. Super Bowl countdown right here, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be back in just a little bit.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
The best barbecue deal in town is at Hog Wild. We're serving up a $5.99 meal deal that includes a one-meat sandwich, your favorite classic side, and a drink, all for just $5.99. Craving brisket? Upgrade to our tender, slow-smoked beef brisket for only $1.50 more. Join us for lunch or dinner, or order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day, because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Way out there where the sun comes up under the big red sky. I do life the way I love, with family by my side. I feel home with me, no matter where I go.
Proud of where we're from, excited for where we're going. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in. Ticket Weeknights, Harrison Arns, Raff's Good Take on Sports. With great news, Roger Craig officially into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but now it's time to talk about some Super Bowl and some Super Bowl history at that. Chris Raff, get us kicked off. And again, you guys can join in as well, 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line.
I talked to my buddy Brad Burlington at break. He's like goosebumps. So we're both feeling pretty ecstatic right now. So we got to get to this countdown. We're getting through it before the end of the night because it's Thursday.
It is.
Number 7, Super Bowl 36. New England Patriots 20, Rams 17, Tom Brady's first Super Bowl victory. Hall of Famer Adam Vinatieri kicks the game-winning field goal for the Patriots, defeating the greatest show on turf after they had won the Super Bowl the previous year against the Titans. That is my number 7 game. Just everything that game entailed. It was, it was. It was the first game that was decided on the last play of the, well, it was won on the last play of the game because we remember the Bills and their wide right game. So that's number 7.
I'm going to do this as well, just real quickly, just because I like to give the worst while you give the best.
All right.
What's considered to be the 4th worst Super Bowl of all time. Once again, your Denver Broncos, Chris Raff. Super Bowl 24, 49ers 55 beat the Denver Broncos. Broncos only scored 10.
Thanks, Harrison. I'm having a really good night, and then you bring stuff, stuff up like that. Thanks a lot. All right, number 6 game, Super Bowl 25. We just talked about it. Giants 20, Bills 19. The Bills had the high-flying K-gun offense led by Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, the defensive coordinator that did not make the Hall of Fame. Bill Belichick designed a dandy of a game plan, and Bill Parcells, head coach, and Scott Norwood missed wide right. And the New York Giants, led by leading rusher Otis Anderson and backup quarterback Jeff Hostetler, the Giants defeat the Bills 20-19. That was my number 6 game.
Great. And moving along with the worst of the NFL, we go side by side here. Super Bowl, what is that? 35. Super Bowl 35. Baltimore Ravens beat the New York Giants 34-7, and everyone was shocked because the Giants just rolled the Vikings 41-0 prior, and then they roll into that one and just not even close.
Do you know who scored a touchdown in that Ravens game?
No idea.
Brandon Stokely. He had a kickoff return, I believe, for a touchdown in that game for the Ravens.
No way. All right.
Yep. All right. We will move on to number. Oh, what were we on? We were on number 5. Number 5 game, Super Bowl 43. Pittsburgh Steelers 27, Cardinals 23. This game will forever be the last play of the half. James Harrison returning it was an interception. A Kurt Warner interception down by the goal line, returned it back 90 plus yards, just barely made it into the end zone. Larry Fitzgerald almost tackled him. That game ended up going down to the wire. The Cardinals got the lead with, I believe it was Fitzgerald. And then Ben Roethlisberger threw the winning touchdown pass to Plaxico Burress, just over the outstretched hands of former Husker Ralph Brown. So Steelers 27, Cards 23.
Yeah, that was just a fun matchup too. I mean, obviously for the Cardinals, I think that was the last time they were even close. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think they ever even really sniffed it again.
They had one year with Carson Palmer where I know they beat the Green Bay Packers, where they beat the Packers in overtime when Fitzgerald caught that long pass.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and Palmer was good for them for a while there, so I can see that. Moving along with the worst Super Bowls as I try to sync up here. Super Bowl 37. This one had some fun history to it. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 48 destroy the Oakland Raiders, and that was the Gruden Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yep. And the Raiders noticed how good that team was.
Remember who the coach for the Raiders was for that game?
No, who was the coach for the Raiders?
William Bill Callahan.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Number 4, Super Bowl 32. The Denver Broncos 31. The Green Bay Packers 24. This game had John Elway versus Brett Favre. The quarterback matchup was extraordinary. You had Terrell Davis versus Dorsey Levens. You had the Broncos defense with Steve Atwater going up against the Green Bay Packers defense with Reggie White. Just a star-studded game. Ended in high drama with the Broncos getting the victory 31-24. You had the John Elway helicopter. Just an amazing game. I mean, let's be honest. If I'm not take my rose-colored glasses off for a second or put them on for a second, that's my favorite Super Bowl. But I had to be, what do you call it? I had to be a honest, biased bystander. So I have the Broncos-Packers game at number 4.
All right. And keep it on par here with the worst Super Bowls. Super Bowl 22. Your Denver Broncos, once again, Chris Raff, I'm going to keep you humble throughout this. The Washington Redskins blow out the Denver Broncos 42-10. And this is after Doug Williams became the first African-American quarterback to start. And after trailing 10-0 in the first quarter, the Broncos gave up 42 unanswered.
You want to know something crazy about that? It should have been 17-0 in the first quarter. Doug Williams dropped back to pass, slipped on the turf, pulled maybe his hamstring or hurt his knee or something, and laid down on the ground and laid the ball next to him. Nobody touched him. Bronco picked it up, took it in for what should have been a touchdown, but they ruled him down. So it should have been 17-0. That game could have been maybe a little bit different than what it turned out being, but
you still gave up 42 unanswered, so I don't know.
Well, 17-0 hole is a little bit different than a 10-0 hole. But,
yeah, you're right.
But I get it. They scored, 5 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. DP was mad at me. I didn't have Doug Williams in the top 10 Super Bowl performers. I messaged him and I said, DP, if it was the best Super Bowl one quarter performances, he'd be number 1. Ricky Sanders would be number 2, or Timmy Smith would be number 2, and Ricky Sanders would be number 3. They all had one quarter of the greatest game in Super Bowl history, but I gave it the full entire game, not just one quarter. But they have the best quarter in Super Bowl history. So that was my number. Oh, so we're up to number 3 because you just did
number 3.
Number 3, Super Bowl 23, 49ers 20, Bengals 16. Bill Walsh's final game on the sidelines. You had Joe Montana taking the Niners down, throwing the game-winning touchdown pass to Mr. John Taylor. His only catch of that Super Bowl, by the way, his only catch, if you recall, Jerry Rice had over 200 yards receiving, over 10 catches, just had a magnificent Super Bowl. So Niners 20, Bengals 16.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's going to disagree there. Obviously, I wasn't alive to watch it, but that's one that everyone still talks about for obvious reasons. Moving along with the worst Super Bowls, 27, Dallas Cowboys versus the Buffalo Bills. Poor Buffalo Bills, man. 52-17. It says this game should have been 59-17, except for Don Beebe chasing down Leon Latt late in the game to stop the Cowboys from scoring again. Otherwise, it was a de-pantsing that featured Jim Kelly getting hurt. Frank Reich replaced him, and Troy Aikman going 22 for 30 for 273 yards and 4 touchdown passes to kickstart the Cowboys dynasty of the 90s.
And I believe that was the Michael Jackson halftime performance. So the highlight of that game probably was Michael Jackson at halftime.
That kind of saves it then. That's not too bad of a Super Bowl if you had Michael Jackson at halftime. I'm not a big Michael Jackson guy, not my era, but I'm sure at that time it was legendary.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So number 2, Super Bowl 42, the New York Football Giants 17, the New England Patriots 14. Low scoring game, but my number 2 best Super Bowl. Number 2 best Super Bowl. This had everything. You had the New England Patriots coming in undefeated, trying to match the Miami Dolphins team to only be the second team ever to go through an entire season undefeated. You had Eli Manning, what he did on the final possession there, escaping the rush of the Patriots, somehow getting loose, rolling to his right, flinging a ball downfield, and David Tyree making one of the greatest Super Bowl, probably one of the greatest catches in NFL history, pinning the ball up against his helmet, and was able to come down with that catch. The Giants. I go back. It was Santonio Holmes that caught the touchdown pass for the Steelers. I'm sorry, against the Cardinals. It was Plaxico Burress that caught the touchdown pass against the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. So Patriots going down 17-14, costing Randy Moss a chance at a Super Bowl championship. Giants 17, Pats 14. That is the Super Bowl 42.
We'll get one more in here, and we'll save number one for the final side. But going on par with the worst Super Bowls, and these now we're going to start to get a little bit better, but these scores are still pretty lopsided. This one I'm surprised the NFL put it as high as they did. Kansas City Chiefs win over the Minnesota Vikings 23-7. This was Hank Stram's Chiefs handled the Vikings, and this was that'd be the purple people eaters as well. So kind of impressive. I mean, for the Kansas City Chiefs to put up not crazy amount of scores, but 23 and holding the Vikings to 7. Bad weather game, not super not a lot of explosive plays in there, but nonetheless, Chiefs get the win over the purple people eaters.
So with that game, what's recalled most about that game is you probably won't remember any of the plays or any of the highlights or any of that, but what you will remember for all you NFL Films fans, Hank Stram going, "Come on, Lenny, matriculate the ball down the field, Lenny. Let's matriculate the ball down the field." If you notice, the word matriculate does not mean, there was no meaning to the word matriculate. And Hank Stram talking about matriculating the ball down the field to Lenny Dawson. That is what I remember about that Super Bowl is NFL Films and Hank Stram going, "Come on, Lenny, matriculate the ball down the field."
Those are always so legendary. DP show me a few of those as well. When they have like those mic'd up moments, and they used to really have those coaches mic'd up, and some of the stuff they would say is just borderline hilarious. And they would put it all out there so you can go listen to the entire thing. Nowadays they do some editing to make sure nothing too ridiculous ever gets out. But no, it's I don't know what the culture was, but those coaches, I don't care what you say, they were just funnier. They were way funnier in your era growing up. Like the lingo that they had to talk to their players is, I don't know why. It's just amusing.
Yes, sir. I agree. And then I remember the Broncos have the old one. I think it was Nick Saban. It was his last name was Lou Saban for the Broncos. There's an old Broncos one where he's yelling, "You're killing me, Whitey! You're killing me, Whitey!" And those old NFL films, Ed Sable, just the Sable family, what they did with NFL Films and what that's turned into, just some of the greatest clips in NFL history. So yeah, that's awesome. You matriculate the ball down the field, Lenny. So that's what I remember about that Super Bowl.
Well, let's go ahead and matriculate the next best Super Bowl ever on Chris Raff's list. He will talk about number one and next, and then he'll sneak in Raff's good take as well. Don't go anywhere. All that on the final segment right here at 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Dinner and a movie? You've done that. Arbor Axe House has a date night deal that really hits. This Valentine's Day, enjoy a special rate that includes an hour of axe throwing for 2 plus drinks and koozies. Reserve your lane today at arbораxe.com. Arbor Axe House on the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Winter is upon us. Is your home prepared? If your furnace isn't keeping up or you've thought about replacing it, John Henry's has a new year, new unit special. When you purchase a select heating and cooling system from John Henry's, we will give you the furnace for free. There are also equipment and LES rebates up to an additional $850. This offer expires February 28th, so don't miss out. Find out more at jhlincoln.com or give John Henry's a call or text today.
435-5555.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Attention, Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, and let's just go ahead and get right into it so we can also sneak in Raff's Good Take on Life. Chris Raff, you were going through the top 10 Super Bowls, your top 10 Super Bowls. We are now down to number one. What, in your opinion, is the best Super Bowl of all time?
All right, my unbiased, no rose glasses on. Number one, Super Bowl 51, Patriots 34, Atlanta 28, the notorious 28-3 ball game for the Falcons. You thought the Falcons had the game won. Heck, you had the Falcons thought you had the game won with, I think, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They were still up 28-3. Patriots come back, win in overtime, 34-28. Just an amazing, incredible game. Tom Brady dealing, his mom wasn't able to attend any of his games the entire season. She was battling cancer. She was able to attend that game. Just everything that went in that Super Bowl. So 34-28 Patriots. That is my number one Super Bowl, my unbiased Raff's Good Takes list. Also, Matthew Stafford won the NFL MVP and one of the closest races since Peyton Manning over Steve McNair back in the day. So Matthew Stafford, MVP.
Don't hate it whatsoever. I thought you might try to sneak in Broncos somehow, but I'm proud that you didn't. You got like honorable mentions, some that you were really close on that like maybe they should have made the list.
One thing about me is I'm clear and concise. So nope, I have no honorable mentions. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Matthew Stafford is coming back next year. So just news on news on news going on right now. Crazy.
Super Bowl 49. That was the New England Patriots 28, Seattle Seahawks 24.
Oh yeah, I had that on there, but I was just like, what do you remember about that game? I remember it as a snafu by Coach Pete Carroll and not running the ball to Marshawn Lynch. So
yeah,
I mean, it was a good game, I guess, for the most part, but I think it kind of got
dramatic finish. I think that's why a lot of people it sticks out.
Yeah, it kind of got ruined at the end for me, but I mean, it was a good. I guess that would be, in my top 12, top 15. There was also the Patriots versus Carolina when they had Jake Delhomme.
Yeah.
That was probably in my top 12 or 13 too. So I guess there were a few games that were in that list, but I was trying to think of games where I was just like captivated, because you asked me about the New England Seattle game. The only thing I'm going to tell you is, oh yeah, Marshawn Lynch should have got the ball on the 1 yard line. That's about all I remember from that game. I guess there was a receiver that made a crazy catch and you thought he was going to be the next big thing. And you really never heard much from him after that. I can't remember what his name was. Was that it? I think that was it. I think.
Kersey. I can't remember. I think.
Yeah. So.
Jermaine Kersey.
Yep.
He had a unreal catch in that one. Another one that maybe put it on there. I thought you would swing. Maybe you did say. Did you say Super Bowl 42? That was the Eli Manning Giants versus Patriots.
42. Yeah, I think I had 42. That was the first one. Yep, that was 17-14. Yep, I had that one.
Okay, yeah. So those were, pretty big one. You had the Philly special, Eagles, Patriots. That one was kind of lopsided, but you had Tom Brady, and that's Carson Wentz goes out. Not in the playoffs, but like late in the regular season, and it's like, oh, is the season over? And then here comes Nick Foles, just turning the Jets on, and then Tom Brady tries to do a little trick play, falls flat on his face, and then Nick Foles hits him with it later for a touchdown. And then you get the Philly special. So that one always sticks out to me because nobody was probably picking the Eagles. I think they were kind of waiting for that ride to end. And it's like, okay, well, now you have Tom Brady, who's not the GOAT, but a lot of people are already kind of looking at him as the possible GOAT. And again, it was just so unexpected, not only when Wentz went down and then the Foles, the way that team responded. I wouldn't put it in the top 10, I don't think, but it is one that's
number 9. I had it number 9.
Okay.
Number 9. Yep.
Those are probably about the honorable mentions. If I really, really sifted through, I'd have to do some research because a lot of these I wouldn't be alive for. So, with that being said, Raff, we only got about a couple minutes to go. What is your good take for February 5th?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's good take goes out to Aya Sahag. She was your guest with Pete Ferguson on Beyond the Score or Beyond the Final Score.
Bigger than the score.
Bigger than, man, I got to be better. Pete's going to beat me up. No, but seriously, man, I'll tell you what an impressive young lady. She talked about how she wanted to make an impact, and I love people that instead of talking about it, they be about it. And the big thing was her big thing is make an impact to give back. And I loved every second of that interview. So Aya, you are Raff's good take. Keep on doing amazing things in the community. Just keep on doing great things. You have one heck of a mentor with Mr. Pete Ferguson. So Aya, you are Raff's good take.
Yeah, she was incredible. Shout out to you, Raff. I know you listen to a lot of the ticket content, but she was really impressive. I was like, I don't know. I thought she just like, you need to be a diplomat somewhere where people are fighting. Because she was like, I don't know how to describe it, but she had just a really good, almost like you were talking to a person in their 80s. Like her stance on how she sees things, and she's not jaded in any sort of direction. She's very willing to kind of hear, because we have conversations off break too as well, and certain things that aren't as, you don't want to put on the airwaves. Nothing crazy, but just really smart. And how she sees the world and how she can kind of see it's like, well, that's where you get this perspective and that's where this perspective comes here. But just keeping that level head and her having that wisdom at that age, I was really impressed. That might, I never want to pick favorites, so I won't. But that was certainly one where my mind was kind of blown on how intelligent she was and how she saw the world already at that age.
Yeah, I agree. It was an incredible interview. I was totally impressed. You hear about all these negative things going on in the world, and everything is so bad and so bad and so bad. And then you hear her speak, and you're just like, okay, there's still a lot of great and a lot of positives in this world. You just gotta listen for them. And I definitely heard, a great one there on Sunday. So yes.
Definitely makes me feel better about the future generations because I know a lot of people like to say these kids. Well, if you actually talk to them, you'd be surprised. I'll say that much. Appreciate the time as always, Chris Raff. We will talk again next week. And well, Super Bowl time. We'll talk about that. Appreciate everybody listening. Don't go anywhere. Myself, Nick Wyman, up next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth 93.